Berberis thunbergii, Japanese barberry. This is a very dense shrub, rounded form. It keeps a very regular rounded form without much pruning at all. It can get 5 to 8 feet tall. Typically you'll see more of a dwarf variety. There are a lot of different cultivated varieties of this plant. Some of them, the species itself is bright green. There are very many purplish red and golden varieties, cultivated varieties, and most of those are going to max out 3 to 4 feet in height and width. The form, as I mentioned, dense, round-headed shrub. The leaves are alternate and simple. This is sort of an oval, well, almost like a paddle-shaped leaf with this tapering down by the petiole. Many times the leaves are on spur growth, which is at each node you have a small little, very dense, very short branch, and then the leaves will come off of that. The leaf margin's smooth. This shows the character of the stem, kind of a ridged stem, zigzagging at the nodes with little spurs. And then there's also a single thorn at each spur, or at each node. The fall color is red to reddish maroon. It would be on the green varieties, it would be turning to red, and also on the gold varieties turning to red. The purple red varieties pretty much just stay the same color until the leaves fall off. The stems, as we saw in the last slide, kind of zigzag with some spur growth at the nodes and also with a spine at the node. The inner bark in the barberries and several plants that are related to the barberries is sort of a buttery yellow color. The wood is hard and fairly durable, although sometimes you will have full branches die back, and then those can be cut out. The flowers are yellowish, little kind of bell-shaped flowers on a cluster, a small cluster on the springtime. And then the fruit is bright red, sort of a elongated droop on these same flower stalks as the blossoms, and they remain after the leaves drop. They're not really showy because there aren't enough of them to be showy from a distance, but they are kind of interesting up close. This is a really tough and tolerant plant. It does appreciate a little bit of supplemental moisture in dry periods, and it needs a well-drained soil. Excessive moisture can cause a leaf drop, but we really won't have that, in Oklahoma for that long a period of time. These can also be cut back to the ground and come back. They're just very, very adaptable and tolerant landscape plants. The thorns or the spines could be an issue in use, to not put them super close to a sidewalk or an area where people are going to be getting into them. But aside from that, the size, the color contrast, and the durability make this a very well-rounded landscape plant.